Given the conditions that they worked under, what they did was absolutely phenomenal. No question about it. It was caught up in the death of Martin Luther King. So we kind of just missed it. And it's taken 40 years. But it sure is better late than never.
If you'd only...
We knew we had to do something because of our hours and working conditions and the things that we were going through.
I went overseas, Japan, Korea. I thought at least I'd go fight for my country, I could get a job, but I couldn't.
You could work a 40-hour week and be eligible for welfare.
No toilet facilities, nowhere to have lunch.
Didn't have no overtime pay. And then if a person got sick, he really was on his own.
If you were sick, they didn't believe you were sick. They didn't care nothing about you were sick. All they wanted you to do the job.
And when it rained, sleet, snow, or storm, where we had to work. And the tubs had holes in them, had to get the tubs with the tubs and hold them, garbage ran down your back.
The magnets, they was off. They was off.
You didn't have nowhere to take a shower. You go to the back of somebody's house and wash your hands. Have some soap in your pocket, wash your hands. Clean your hands before you get home.
In some places, if they knew we was sanitation workers, they wouldn't even allow us to use the restroom. I guess they feel that we were just, we wasn't nothing but garbage.
All labor has dignity. You are reminding the nation that it is a crime for people to live in this rich nation and receive starvation wages.
When Martin Luther King came in town, that was a happy memory. Everybody should have been there because the sanitation beings had a good day that day.
Down, 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 down.
I am a man. It didn't say peace, it didn't say freedom, it didn't say justice. It said I am a man. It said I'm a deacon in the church. I'm a choir member. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a member of this community. I deserve and demand to be treated with dignity and respect.
I think a man should be treated as a man, regardless of what color he is.
We should all be treated like human beings. White men, black men, Jews, and Gentiles, we all should be treated the same.
Somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
It took great courage to be a black person advocating one's rights in Memphis in those days because, as was the case with Dr. King, you could be a real target. Certainly the sanitation workers, to go from being invisible to becoming the center of an issue that was so charged, that required enormous courage.
It took a great deal of courage to do that, especially coming out of the history of how they were treated by white bosses and by the mayor's office. The mayor had a shotgun right under his desk. Whenever he met with the union or whenever he met with the ministers, that shotgun was sitting right there.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you.
the power of Martin Luther King's death just overshadowed so much. It just overshadowed it.
It hurt. It really did hurt us. The man come down and help us try to sell the strike, and then he got killed for us. It's bad.
Had it not been for the death of Martin at that very same time, what they did would have been a historical event. It was an historic event. It would have been even more historical.
All in favor of the recommendation, let it be known by saying aye.
You know, like Dr. King said, until that day when all men, black men, white men, Jews and Gentiles, can join hands together and sing that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty we're free at last.